Hi everyone, my name's Kathy. Welcome to Skint Living UK. As times have been tough, I've come up with 30 frugal tips and tricks to save money. And in case you're worried, no, I'm not going to mention coffee, I'm not going to mention subscriptions, and I'm not going to mention paper towels. Because I think everyone keeps saying the same things. I hope these will be of some use to you, and if you could, please share, like and subscribe as well. Or if you're feeling kind, please buy me a coffee too. So here we go, let's get into it. Number one, don't buy ready meals. Right, meals that are already made for you. Because I know you're really paying for the convenience. It's 2, 3, 4, 5 times the amount that you would be if you were making it yourself. Sometimes it's not very good quality meat in it, for example, or vegetables, and it's all hidden in a sauce and gravy, so you don't know. And the problem with them as well, they're full of salt, full of sugar, and full of dodgy chemicals, preservatives and stuff. Whereas if you make it fresh yourself, you know what's going into it. Number 2, if you possibly can, try and pay your bills on time. Get yourself a calendar or a planner, a little booklet, a little book, and write down all your bills when they're due, so you know when they're due to go out, so that way you're not paying late fees. Number 3, have you got a banking app on your phone? Get your banking app, download it today, and check every day so that you know what's going in, what's going out. It'll only take you a minute, it doesn't have to take hours, so you know what's going out and you can keep a grip on your finances. Next one, do it yourself. Try and do some little jobs yourself. You can do some painting, you can move your furniture and get it painted, you can put up a shelf, you can zhuzh up your furniture, make it a bit more glam yourself by tacking on some new fabric. Try and do some little jobs yourself instead of paying somebody else to do it. Okay, it might take you longer, you can watch YouTube videos on how to do it, but will save you some money. Obviously don't do dodgy stuff like gas pipes and stuff like that. Let's be sensible about it. We don't want to die. But yeah, those little jobs you can do yourself. Next one. Don't throw away your veggies if they're looking a bit dodgy in your fridge. Use them up that day. If you can't use them up that day, chop them up, put them in a bag and throw them in the freezer for later use. Or worst case scenario, make a compost bin and put it in the compost bin. Don't be throwing food in the bin. In the UK, we throw 20% of our food in the bin, and in the US, it's 40%. I don't know the figures for Canada and Australia and Europe, sorry. It's just those were the 2 biggest ones, and I was like, oh, and people are moaning the skins. But if you're throwing away 20% or even 40% of your food, there's something wrong, isn't there? Try not to spend money every day. Rather than a no-buy year, month, which can seem a bit overwhelming, how about having a no-buy day? Just have a day where you're not spending any money, even if it's only once a month. You don't need to spend money every day. You don't need to go out and go shopping. Next one. Don't rent or buy a place that's too big for your needs. If there's only little old you, do you need 2 bedrooms? Plus, another thing that people do is they rent a storage locker because they've got too much stuff. Get rid of your stuff. You don't need it. If it's tucked away in a spare room, or tucked away in a storage locker, or tucked away in a garage, you're not using it. Get rid of it. Someone else might find a use of it. Ask your friends, ask your family, ask your neighbours. If all else fails, give it to charity. Don't stick it in the bin. There's enough landfill in the world as it is. No matter what anyone says, there's no point going window shopping because you're just going to spend money. There's bound to be something you see that you think is a bargain, something's being reduced, something's on offer, or something that's oh so pretty. don't go window shopping because it just leads to more spending that you haven't got. If you can, fill up your freezer because it uses less energy. If you've got cardboard boxes, some polystyrene or something like that, some bags, fill it up because it will use less energy. Do some batch cooking, so it doesn't have to be like all big. You don't need half a pig or half a sheep in your freezer. Do some batch cooking so you've got some ready there for when you're feeling ill, when the weather's bad and you can't get out, or you're just broke and you haven't got the money to go shopping. Next one. Don't be spending money at night when you're online, because that's the thing when most people are at the lowest ebb, aren't they? A bit fed up, don't want to go to work the next day. Things are getting on top of you, all the bills and stuff. So it's called emotional spending. So when you're in bed at night, pick up a book or just lie there and sit and chill. Stay off the internet and then you won't be spending. Next one. Don't delay repairs because they'll end up costing you more money in the end because you've left it so long. I know someone in work who their roof was leaking and they left it and it got bigger and then it trashed the kitchen because it was a kitchen roof, and then the kitchen cupboards needed to be taken down, and it was just this big massive snowball effect because you left it for too long. So if you've got any repairs that need doing, try as best as you can to get it sorted out as quick as you can. Do you really need a new phone this year? Do you really need to upgrade for the next whiz-bang thing that you're not going to use? I've got a phone, I've had it nearly 5 years now. Guess what I do with it? I ring people, I text people, and I check my banking app. That's about it, really. You don't need a phone that does your dinner and takes you to Mars. You don't need all that whiz-bang thing, and you're paying an extortionate amount of money for something really that you're not using. You don't need to upgrade your phone. Look after your health. Get yourself out every day. Go for a walk. Get yourself out in nature. Nature's been proven to improve you physically, mentally and spiritually. Get yourself out in the park. Get yourself by some trees. Take some photos of nature. Take some photos of the kids if you're bringing the kids or your partner. Bring a football, kick around. Have some chill time. Get away from all of this rubbish that's going on in the world. Stay away from the news. The news is depressing. You might end up spending money you haven't got because you're feeling down, so you think that will make you feel a bit better. Stay away from the news and social media as much as you can, because a lot of news these days is just leaves you on a bummer. Stay away from it. If you need to buy presents for your kiddies or your partner, don't go overboard. Actually ask them what they want rather than what you think they want, and just get them that present if it's the birthday or it's an anniversary or upcoming Valentine's Day. Ask them what they want and they will tell you, instead of wasting your money on stuff on a present that nobody wants. Don't shop last minute. Plan ahead. Wait to see if there's a voucher on, a discount. And when you buy, use Rakuten, Top Cashback, sites like that, and get a little bit of money back as well. Don't leave it to the last minute because you'll pay full price and then later on you'll be gutted when you see there's an offer on. Get rid of cable and Sky television. If you've got a partner who watches sport, well, you're unlucky there, but generally I would say, do you need 5,000 channels to watch that cost you £100 a month? Do you really? I don't think you do. Maybe you could downgrade it a little bit, or maybe just get a streaming service like Netflix, but the cheaper one, I think that's $6.99 or something like that. Instead, try and cut down on cable. In the US, people on average spend $100 a month. That's, to me, is just throwing your money in the bin. Start investing in your future. You can do that through stocks and shares. Do some online courses. There's loads of free ones out there. even upgrade your skills. Go on YouTube and learn how to do stuff. You don't have to sit doing the same old thing. Learn some new stuff. When you're buying clothes and items, buy quality, not quantity. That doesn't mean a brand name. Brand names don't necessarily mean quality. I think you need to shop in real life so you can see what it looks like. So if you're buying a jumper, buy one that's got a wool content, for example, rather than just all acrylic, which is plastic. Go to the shop and have a look, and then maybe go back online and see if there's any bargains online for that item. My favourite: reduce, reuse, recycle. You reduce the use of stuff, plastics, bags. Reuse the stuff that you've got, like jars. Sorry, this keeps going off. Jars, for example, are great for storing craft items. I put my dog treats in it. I save buttons in them. I use them for all kinds of things, and you can too, so there's no need to put them in the recycling. I use plastic trays that you get your veggies in, so like strawberry plastic trays. I put them in the fridge and use them as dividers in the fridge drawer. You could use them in an actual drawer in a piece of furniture. There's loads of different ways you can reuse stuff without it going to landfill, and it's saving you money as well. Get yourself organised and use the stuff that you've already got. There's no need to go out and buy expensive cute little baskets and stuff, unless you find them in a thrift store. Ride a bike, go for a walk, use public transport. There's no need really to be in the car for everything. If you do have a car, which is one of the most expensive things apart from housing that you can possibly have, with the biggest expenses each month going out, cut back on petrol and gas and walk. It'll be better for your health. A lot of people have diabetes these days because they just drive everywhere. They wouldn't. My neighbour used to drive around the corner to the sweet shop. Madness. Just get off your bum and walk. Ride your bike. If you're going further afield, get a bus or a train. Next one, stop being paranoid about your credit score. Unless you really need it for housing, like I think they have in the US, Canada and Australia, I think you shouldn't really be bothered about your credit score. My credit score's low because I've got no loans, I've got no credit cards, I've got no mortgage. I'm in a lucky position to have got rid of all of that. But my credit score's really low because I'm not playing the credit score game with them. So mine stayed the same for months because I haven't got any credit, I haven't got any debt. I've got one debt to pay and that's it, I'm sorted. But there's no interest on that one debt. Don't dine out. I know there might be family occasions. If you know it's coming, say like once a year, you'd all go out at Christmas. Have a little sinking fund and tuck a little bit of money away for it. But generally, don't dine out because it's just going to cost you a fortune, and then there's the tip, and then there might be travel cost on top as well. On the same sort of line, don't order in because you can pay easy 50% or double more, and it's never hot. It's just going to be warm, disgusting, overpriced, processed foods. That's not good for your health. I know you won't like me saying this, but have a budget. Even if it's just your general budget, write it down. You don't need all fancy spreadsheets. I don't know about you, but I'm not paying Microsoft to run a spreadsheet. No, fire up your machine every time I need to look at it. I have a paper planner, a book, and just write down what's going in, what's going out. Write down on the days that the stuff's going out so you can keep a track of it. It doesn't have to be anything mad and complicated. Keep it simple. When you're loading the washing machine, or if you've got a dishwasher and tumble dryer as well, make sure you got a full load so you're getting your money's worth. Because energy these days is expensive, especially in the UK. Ours is going up again in April. Madness. Don't buy stuff just because you see it on sale or on offer. Buy what you need. People have too many clothes and then they end up decluttering it and getting rid of it later on down the line. So it's just throwing your money away. And try not to borrow money. I know it's easier said than done. If you're going to have to borrow money, if you're stuck, ask your mum or ask your friends rather than getting it on a credit card, and think of it as a short-term stopgap rather than getting yourself into debt, because the interest is going to cripple you. If you can, try not to borrow off friends or family, because it can make it awkward between you. It sort of changes the dynamic, because they become sort of like the top because you owe them money. So as always, I recommend have a little sinking fund, have a little emergency fund, and I don't necessarily mean in your bank. You stash $5, $10 or pounds in your purse for an emergency, so you know if something happens, you've got that little stash there. So I call it my purse emergency fund. So I hope you found them useful, and if you're struggling, go and get advice. In the UK, Citizens Advice will speak to your creditors. They can arrange a payment plan. They're really good. You don't need to be on your own suffering. Seek advice and see if you can get some help. £23 billion per year in the UK go unclaimed off the government. So you never know what you might be entitled to, and the Citizens Advice can help you with that. They can even help you fill the forms in as well. So if you're really struggling, go and get advice. You're not on your own. There is help out there. Hope you're well. Hope this was useful, and I hope to see you soon. Bye for now.